Hello Cancer, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and it's already time for September readings. Can you believe it? And today we've got the Tarot of Mystical Moments, a gorgeous glossy deck here. And as always, these are general readings for a general Cancer audience. Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising. So it might really resonate with you today. It might resonate with you a little bit. It might resonate later in the month because it might be more predictive and kick in a little bit later. Or one of your other placements might be more resonant. So do check out the videos for your Sun and your Moon and your Rising sign if you are so inspired. I am going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you, but I'm going to edit the video to cut that shuffling out because it's long and it's solemn, and I know you want to get right into the good stuff. So I will meet you as we start to lay out the cards and get into your reading. See you there. Okay, Cancer, let's see what we've got. 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, 3 of Wands, Queen of Cups. Well, Cancer, you know, Pisces got the Ace of Cups as sort of their main energy, so the two of you might want to have tea. Okay. I am wondering if this is like a water sign thing, because this is kind of similar to what's going on with Pisces, actually. And now, the Queen of Cups is a card I would use to signify you, actually, if I were going to use a signifier in a reading for you. The Queen of Cups is a very emotionally intelligent, intuitive person. You know, the queen part, it could be female, but the gender isn't really the important part of this particular card. It's really about her availability to access her emotions and also be able to use her emotional intelligence with her friends and her loved ones to help them through their sort of gooey times. You know what I mean? Like to be an emotional ally when somebody is struggling or needs a friendly ear. But this could show up not just to say, hey, this is, you know, kind of how you are. It could be showing up at a time when maybe you haven't had a lot of time for yourself to be like yourself. Maybe you haven't had time for self-care. Maybe you haven't had time to check in or do some of the hobbies or the things that help you feel connected with yourself. So, for example, if you're someone who likes to engage in artistic activities, like do music, karaoke, if you like to do tarot cards or get massages or something, this could be showing up if you haven't taken the time to do those sorts of things for yourself, if you haven't had a spa day in a while or gotten your mani-pedi or whatever, if you're someone who likes to do that. I'm getting the feeling that this is coming up not so much for you to use your emotional intelligence for other people, but maybe for you to use your emotional intelligence for yourself. And so even if September is kind of a back to school or back to work or back to, the practical life, the practical schedule, there does seem to be a call to make sure to make some time for yourself and make some time for your activities that kind of keep you strong, keep your essence, leveled up, as it were. I'm going to go through the rest of the cards and see if we can connect this in other ways. So the next card we have here is the Three of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles typically are associated with kind of your work life. Now, not everybody works in a traditional 9 to 5, but if you do, this would be speaking to, how you're working with your team, with your colleagues. Sometimes the Three of Pentacles indicates a time when you are given a leadership position, or you're recognized for your capacity for leadership, or you're given a new leadership role, or your portfolio sort of expands, or you take on an additional team, something like that. If you don't work in a traditional sort of 9 to 5, if you're maybe a freelancer, this could still be the kind of a situation where you would get maybe a new client, some sort of recognition, maybe word of mouth business. Somebody suggests to a friend that they use your services, recognition in that way. If you don't have a job, but maybe you're a student, again, this would be some kind of recognition for a project, or someone wants to work with you, collaborate with you. If you're retired, this could be, in any association or club or special project that you're working on. Someone recognizes your special gifts, talents, leadership abilities, and maybe wants to work with you or asks you to help them with a project. And take it as it resonates in your particular world. But generally speaking, it's about some sort of advancement, recognition, new clients, or new business commission, something along those lines. And often there's an element of leadership where applicable. And as I mentioned before, the Ace of Cups, which Pisces also got, is a very water sign sort of essence. This is, again, all about sort of the connection to emotion and sort of opening up to emotional availability, opening up to emotional connections, a new chapter in terms of emotional connections, right? So the most obvious ways this can show up is if you're a single person and ready not to be single, or ready to start dating again, getting yourself out there on dating apps, or telling friends that you're looking and to keep an eye out for you, joining clubs or networking in a way where you're likely to meet somebody with with interests like yours. Reconnecting with friends if you've been out of touch for a while. Again, that's the sort of thing that can be rejuvenating, or self-care for a Queen of Cups type. Reconnecting with your siblings, your parents, college buddies, high school buddies. There's also a piece with the Ace of Cups where, if you're so inclined, opening up to the universe, to angels, guides, ancestors as it applies. And for those who may have some unresolved trauma, it's also a good time to seek out therapy. When the aces show up, it indicates the universe is conspiring with you, that the effort that you put in a particular area, there's more likely to be assistance and gifts and blessings in that area. So keep your eye out for synchronicities. Trust and be hopeful. Be optimistic in this area that there will be blessings as you connect, as you seek to connect. Now finally we have the Three of Wands, which is sort of like the Three of Pentacles, in that there is this piece of sort of reaching out with, let's see if we can get this in focus. No? Does she want to get, she does not want to be in focus. It's such a cool card too, because there's this aquatic element in the art on this one. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I might have to edit. Okay, here we go. I just wanted to show you because this is a very even though this is the Three of Wands, right? Wands are typically a fire, they're associated with the suit of fire. But this particular depiction is very watery. This central character is looking over the harbor, where traditionally the character has put her goods out to harbor as if she's selling her wares and looking to see if the profits are returning. It's associated sort of with commerce, or the character on the Three of Wands is like an entrepreneur. And you can use that directly, or it might just be a metaphor, right? That whatever you've put out, say, into the universe, the energy that you put out into the universe returns in some fashion. And the character in the Three of Wands is seeing a return on her investment. She's seeing a return on her participation in life. And so especially if you, as the Queen of Wands, haven't been as participatory, is that a word? Participatory? In the last few months, as maybe you have been in the past. This is absolutely an invitation, or you may see yourself reaping the rewards of more participation, right? And, you know, when you compare these two images, even though they're different suits, it's almost as though the character on the Three of Wands is the more emboldened version of the Queen of Cups. Like, look at their hair, right? It's kind of that, I don't know, like the octopus sort of tentacles, or maybe really, really cool braids. Even the color scheme is the same. So something to think about there. So some final thoughts as we pull this together, because we started with self-care, and that's very important. But I think as we've gone through all of this, the other cards are also speaking to participation and connection. This with in kind of a work environment or passion projects, special projects where you're working with other people. This is absolutely about connecting with others. And this is about how maybe your passion projects, or maybe something you have to sell, or whatever you're doing to invest in life comes back with a return. So around the self-care, there's also a very clear message of participation. So balancing those things, your self-care, without being too, I don't want to say introverted or closed off or sort of self-contained, maybe finding the ways to indulge in safe care with trusted connections, friends, family members, something like that. I hope that's inspiring, Cancer. I see a lot of validation this month. Do take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, bye for now.